Folks, here we go. Okay, so you are doing what geologists do, right? Superposition is a technique that geologists use all the time. Okay, so let's go over the assignment then and how you're going to. So you're going to read this procedure, right? You're going to follow all the directions that are in the module on Canvas, right? You're going to do that. Superposition is defined. The procedure. It introduces a lot of geological terms. It talks about superposition. It talks about the mare, that's those dark areas on the moon, the big ones. Plural is maria, it talks about that. Wrinkle ridges, right? It tells you what a lineament is, rills. So read it, read the whole thing. Then you get to a part called the exercise, right? So what you're going to do with the exercise is you have 3 pictures. And it has a number of objects that are all numbered, so you know which ones are. So for picture number 1, you have groups of objects. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 as a group. Then 13 and 14 are a group. Then here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What that is, there's a big crater here. There's a big crater here, and then there's some little craters on top of it, right? And then 10, 11, 12 is another group. Now the thing is, if craters aren't touching each other, it's really hard to, you can't really use superposition because you can't see how they've affected each other, okay? So and what you're going to do is you're going to say, well, which ones are older, which ones are newer? Now it's a little bit tricky. What happens is you know, if a crater doesn't land right on top of a crater, what if it lands to the side? So say you have 2 craters that look like this, where they're kind of oval. Well, did this one smush into this one, or did this one smush into that one? So what you have to do is you're going to be putting all these in order. The directions are in the procedure. You have to tell me why. Here, pick one. Tell me why you think one is older than the other one. It's a little bit ambiguous on purpose. That makes it a little more difficult. It makes you think about it. I know, college is tough. College is hard, right? So when you have situations like this where it's not so obvious, you can tell me that. I want to hear why. You go, boy, well, these 2, I can't really tell. So that's perfect. That's a perfect answer. You can't tell because it could be one or the other. I want to hear your thoughts. You have to put why, you know, a sentence or 2. Every single object, you have to, when you're explaining why you've chosen how old things are, you have to mention number 1, you have to mention number 2, number 3, at least once. You have to say, well, you know, 2 is older than 1 because of this. Okay, so now you've mentioned 2 and 3. 3 is older than 2 because of this. So that is the exercise, right? You're doing the same thing for pictures 2 and pictures 3, but in addition, you're naming what the features are. So like number 1 over here on picture number 2, well, number 1 is all this mare material here. So 1 is all that. Okay, I've given you an answer. Then number 8, is that a wrinkle ridge or is that a rill? Well, you can tell by the shadows. There's a clue. Also, you can look at the pictures kind of this way. If you rotate your picture, that helps you where the shadows are. So you're going to make a decision. Is that a wrinkle ridge, which is up above the ground, or a rill, which is in the ground? The shadows are the clue, okay? So you will be identifying, you will be aging all of the features, all the numbered features on the 3 photographs, right? And you're going to put them in order. You're going to put them in order of age, and it explains in parentheses, you put them in order of age, and then you're going to tell me why. The why, that's me understanding that you're doing the science. Sometimes there isn't a correct answer, but you say that, well, you know, it's hard to tell because they both look like they were, you know, one could have been, that an explanation like that is perfect. I'm hearing I'm reading your thought process, right? Some of them, it's pretty obvious which one is older and which one is younger, right? So those are pretty obvious. Okay? So do that. Make sure you read the instructions well. Read the instructions and identify for pictures 2 and 3. You also have to identify all the features, whether it's a rill or a dome or what have you. Okay. Then there's 3 questions you have to answer. Question 1, the Maria have many fewer craters in the highlands. Okay. To answer that question, if you read the procedure and you read about the MAR material, the answer is in that. It's in the procedure. Okay? For question number 2, in general, do all craters have ray systems? Well, I just explained that, right? So make sure, go back to the part of the video where I was talking about rays, right? Do all craters have ray systems? Well, the older ones versus the younger ones, remember space erosion? Yeah, so we just talked about that. Number 3, in what areas of the moon did the Apollo landings occur? Well, you're going to click a link, it's going to take you to a website, and it shows you where the Apollo landings are, right? You have to mention all 6 landing sites, right? We landed on the moon. Humans landed on the moon 6 times. It's quite a bit. A lot of people are like, really? 6 times? Yeah, 6 different times, right? Different times. Towards the end, they put that buggy and they're driving around. They're driving around the moon and stuff, and they were playing golf up there, right? It got crazy towards the end, right? They brought back hundreds of pounds of rocks and stuff. So yeah, so that you're going to go to a website and you're going to see that. Okay, folks. So that's kind of the lab. That's an overview. Go through it step by step. I'm always available by emails. You can chat with your friends. If you make remote friends, right? There's an opportunity to have a discussion during this first week. And some people like to work alone. That's fine. When I was in college, I preferred to work alone. I had friends, but when I was doing my studies, I just preferred to concentrate and do it. I just worked better that way, right? Rather than have a big group, I found, oh my God, it took forever, right? So, but other people love that. However, you write up your lab report 100% on your own. So if you disagree with a person, you're discussing, well, is that a rill or is that a rage? If the person disagrees, that's fine. You've exchanged ideas, you've heard their argument, they've heard your argument, but you're writing it up 100% on your own. So I check for that. So your work all has to be your own. You can discuss the lab with other people, certainly, but when you do the write-up, the final write-up that you're going to hand in to me on Canvas, you do that 100% on your own. Okay, so that final write-up. Okay, folks, and so have fun with the lab. Get into it, and send me an email if you have any questions. No problem. Talk to your classmates, and see you next time.